There's been a BBC One wildlife series. It's called Ocean Giants.
40 years ago, a particularly curious dolphin that the locals christened Charlene overcame her fear of humans and started herding herring under the quay, making it easy for fishermen to catch them. She was well rewarded for her help, and the relationship blossomed. Soon she was returning every morning at exactly 7:15. Today, Charlene's granddaughters and great-granddaughters carry on the tradition and continue to return at the same time every day.
Let's talk about the choices that were made on this documentary that make it different to, any others that we've seen and that we know so well. Firstly, narration, Stephen Fry.
Excellent choice. I would say he brings some humour to it, whilst I love David Attenborough, I think Stephen added something, definitely.
Do you know what's strange though? And this is by no means a criticism, because I am in no way able to criticise Stephen Fry, but I did spend the first 15-20 minutes of the programme being so aware that it was Stephen Fry talking, and that did sort of take away from the images a bit for me, because I was just picturing Stephen Fry in a recording booth. If it had been Attenborough or somebody like that, I would have just been watching the pictures, but I was too interested in it being Stephen Fry doing the talking. It was really novel for me, but maybe I'm odd like that.
Were you concerned that he was going to start singing Thanks for All the Fish?
I don't know what I wasn't concerned. I knew I was in good hands, but I was just very aware that it was Stephen Fry. Because one of my favourite things from a few years ago was A Last Chance to See, which was him and a friend catching up with endangered species and meeting them and teaching us about them. That was one of my favourite. If you haven't seen that, I completely recommend it. From 2009, Last Chance to See was on BBC Two, and it's Stephen Fry out of his comfort zone, but completely loving every minute of travelling the world and meeting up with these endangered species. So I was kind of aware that it was Stephen Fry, and I don't know why. It didn't bother me, but it did sort of take away from it a bit. I don't know why. I must have a problem with
that. Yeah, that's strange.
But when you watch it, it was just brilliantly made, completely fascinating, and just looked fantastic to the eye as well.
It was incredibly informative. I learned a hell of a lot about grey whales, for example, who are supremely intelligent.
And also, I think it's something that British TV should be proud of, because I don't think anywhere in the world does anything on that scale like the BBC do. The BBC will just come out with these things like Ocean Giants that will just surprise you and inform you, and I don't think there's anywhere else in the world that does wildlife programmes like the BBC. And now that I've got over my fear of change, let's interchange David Attenborough to Stephen Fry, I think he would be a great new Attenborough, because he's just got one of those voices that works so well with something like that.
He's so enthusiastic. I mean, David Attenborough is enthusiastic, but he does the whole kind of whispering and reverence of awesome, epic, journeys of various creatures and that kind of thing. Whereas Stephen Fry adds a little bit of comedy and humour to it, even though he's not necessarily saying something that is funny.